You know the best lesson I've ever learned from a goldfish?
Oh no, don't say it.
That no matter how small, any pet can be a valuable member of the family.
Oh phew, I thought you were gonna say how we're all gonna die someday, just like your goldfish, and your grandma.
Well, now you've done it. Hello all, I'm Josh, this is Josh Build Stuff, and today we're talking about pets, because LEGO has just released a bunch of new BrickHeadz that are themed around household pets. The one that I have bought, and probably the only one that I will buy, is this new BrickHeadz set, the BrickHeadz Goldfish. This set, I think, just came out in March 2021, contains 186 pieces, and costs 15 bucks. Now, I don't think the BrickHeadz theme is super popular among dedicated LEGO fans. The sets tend to be smaller, the characters look a little goofy, but I realized I have a little more opinion about BrickHeadz than I thought I did, because when I first saw this fish BrickHeadz, I was like, cool, that's a new one I'll get, only because it is fish and I like marine animals and stuff, but you all know that if you've been around for a while. But I saw this new fish BrickHeadz and I said, that's not a BrickHeadz, there's nothing brickheady about that. Mainly I was talking about the overall form factor of these, and then I built this set and I was like, never mind, this feels exactly like building a BrickHead, at least in the build techniques. If you've built one BrickHead, you've basically built any of them. And so I immediately took back what I said, wrote a very nice formal apology to LEGO for all of the slander I'd been spreading about this BrickHead not being true to the BrickHeadz name, and then I went about my merry way after having built the one and only BrickHead from this new LEGO BrickHeadz Pets line. Look, I love pets as much as the next guy, but right now I do not have any household pets. There is a dog that shares our backyard. That's kind of a long story, but instead of pets right now, I have kids and they are a lot more work. And if you're one of those people that calls yourself a pet parent or wears a shirt that says dog mom or has a bumper sticker on the back of your car that says my other kid is a schnauzer, well, I want to be friends with you a little less than I want to be friends with other people. Don't get me wrong, I still want to be friends with you, just not as much as some other people, some normal people. So LEGO has released some new LEGO Pets BrickHeadz sets. The one that I built was the LEGO Goldfish. The others are, there's like a dog's one, I think it's supposed to be German Shepherds. In my opinion, they look a little more like BrickHeadz pugs, but I think that's just the fault of the BrickHeadz medium. We've got some short-haired cats, which is very specific, makes me think there may be some long-haired cats in the future. Or maybe these will turn into long-haired cats if you just don't give the cats a haircut for a certain amount of time. I don't know how cats work. There are some budgies, which I assume means birds in Spanish or French. I don't know, I never took that class in high school. And then some BrickHeadz of some pandas came out around the same time, but I don't know what LEGO's thinking. I would not recommend keeping a panda as a pet. I don't have experience, but I'm just talking from assumptions here. You might be thinking I'm talking a lot of fluff, not so much substance about this little LEGO set, but what is there to say? There's not some surprise feature or playability with this set. It's just a couple of little goldfish, and I may sound harsh, but honestly, I think they look pretty nice. That is, of course, if you are looking at them with the assumption that they are BrickHeadz and not just little fish sculptures. I would love to see some little LEGO fish sculptures, like those Forma things that LEGO released a while ago. Those were great looking LEGO fish. These are decent looking LEGO fish because they're blocky. They are BrickHeadz after all. I like that this set comes with a little display piece, this little base that it's on with a little bit of coral and seaweed in the background. It makes the piece a little more displayable than if they had just thrown two little blocky fish at you. There's also supposed to be a little sticker on this little plaque in the front. They actually give you two alternative stickers that I guess you can choose from, but personally I was like, ooh, that's a pretty blue color. I might save that somewhere in my collection someday. I don't really want it to have a sticker on it, so that didn't go on my set. Otherwise, what more is there to say? These little fish look decent. Oh, here's something else I can say. This set comes with a lot of orange pieces, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. There's also a lot of like orange trans clear pieces, which are like used for the scales here, and for someone like me who buys and builds a lot of LEGO Star Wars ships and other like general drab robot builds, I get a lot of like bluish gray pieces in my collection. I do not have a lot of orange pieces in my collection. And so if you are a creative builder, then this is actually a nice set of interesting colored pieces. Like just the other day I was watching Brick on Twitch, who, if you don't know who he is, you should in the LEGO community. He is one of the most creative custom model makers that I can think of out there on the scene right now. Seriously, that dude is very talented. But just the other day on Twitch, he was doing viewer build requests, and the one that got voted was a Charizard, and I was like, I couldn't come up with enough orange pieces in my entire LEGO collection to make a Charizard right now, and yet he had a whole bunch of orange pieces. So if you want to be like Brick and build LEGO Charizard custom builds, you should buy this set because it'll give you some orange pieces. So will I buy more of these LEGO Pets BrickHeadz? Probably not. Like I said, I don't have a pet right now, so they're just not that appealing to me. It may sound like I'm being a bit callous about the whole pet situation, but I really do love pets and all animals for that matter. We had a couple of cats named Prim and Boba. They were just wonderful. Did not get along with our children, so they got the axe. We found a very lovely home for them, don't worry. We also had a dog for a little while named Walter. We found him in South Austin. Couldn't find his owner, so we just kept him for as long as we could. Unfortunately, he had to go live on a farm in Oklahoma. Which is not a euphemism. We had a very small apartment at the time, could not afford to keep him, so we found a lovely lady up in Oklahoma who offered to take him and let him live on a farm with her and all of our other dogs, so I took the long 6-hour drive with Walter in the back seat of the car and dropped him off to this lovely lady with a bit of a mustache. She seemed very nice, and I'm sure Walter is happy even to this very day. And I'll tell you what, that state may be abbreviated okay, but I was definitely not okay on that drive home, seeing Walter tugging at his leash as I had to drive away with him, watching him in the rearview mirror. Man, I cried all the way from the Oklahoma border to Fort Worth. Also, Walter puked in the back seat of my car on that drive. I don't miss that part, but I do miss that dog. Anyway, pets are a beautiful thing and we don't deserve them. These BrickHeadz are an okay thing and we kind of do deserve them. We've all been really good this year. But hey, let me know about your pets in the comments down below. I don't even care what you think about these Lego sets. Just tell me about your dogs and your cats and how lovely they are. Send me a picture on Instagram if you want, I guess. Josh Builds Stuff, I think with only one S. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it was a bit of a weird one, but you'll get used to it if you stick around for long enough. Hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.